All right, here's another good one right here. Now again, if there's, if we had parentheses like this, it would mean something very different, but we'll get there, okay? For now, let's just focus on the numerator or the denominator first. I start with the numerator myself. And so we got the three bases there in the numerator. We got -2, we got x, and we got y. Now the -2 has a power of 1 right there. Don't forget that. You got x to the power of 4 and also y to the power of -2. What we're going to do is take this -4 exponent and distribute it into each of the exponents on the inside. So that'd be 1 times -4, 4 times -4, and also 2 times -4. So that's going to give us new exponents for each. And we'll deal with the -2 in parentheses here in just a second, but let's figure out what exponents we have. So that'd be 2 to the power of 1 times -4 is -4. X to the power of 4 times -4 is -16. And y to the power of -2 times -4 is +8. Okay, now you could technically right now just move these two bases, the -2 base and the x base, to the denominator, which would change those exponents into positive. I'm not going to do that because we still have other parts of the denominator to deal with right here, right? So we have bases of x, y, and z. It was x to the power of 2, y to the power of 2. They're all powers of 2, I guess. And we're going to multiply these all by this -4, right? So we're going to distribute that -4, so that's 2 times -4, 2 times -4, and 2 times -4. All times -4. So our base is x, y, and z. 2 times -4 is -8. So there's -8, -8, and -8. Okay? And yeah, at this point, you could start flipping lots of things. I do need that 8. What the heck happened? There we go. Right? You could say, well, I'm going to flip all my negative terms into the numerators or denominators to change those exponents to positives if you wanted to right now. I'm not going to do that because I have other operations that I can perform, right? Particularly, let's start with the x's. Okay, so I got x. In the numerator, it's -16. In the denominator, it's -8. And since they're being divided, I'm subtracting there. So that would be now x to the power of, well, -8 after the subtraction of the negative. And then we also have y's that can be subtracted. The exponents can be subtracted. So that's a power of 8 and a -8. But since they're being divided, we are subtracting those exponents. So that now is y to the power of 8 minus -8 is going to be +16. Okay. All right, so a little bit of work here. I guess there's no other base -2's to deal with, like to simplify this any further, or z's, by the way. So that means I'm going to have to flip those. Okay, so my -2 to the power of 4, yeah, I'm just going to make that move into the denominator there. And also, well, but now it's a +4, by the way. I can show that. A little sloppy, but +4. And then even my z to the power of -8, it moves to the numerator, which then makes the exponent a positive, so it's just +8. Okay? Now we got these other two that we dealt with a little bit. The x to the power of -8 would change this into 1 over x to the power of +8, which means that the x to the power of 8 is just going to be in the denominator. And the y to the power of 16, yep, it stays in the numerator. Okay, because it was already a positive exponent. And yeah, if you wanted to see that as y to the power of 16 over 1, feel free to do that. And if it helps you remember that that's going to be in the numerator. Now, as good as this looks, even though my z's kind of look like 2's right here, I try to put that line through it. But we have to evaluate this -2 to the power of 4, all right? So this will finally simplify everything here for us, which is what we want. Nothing in the numerator will change, so it's z and y. Z to the power of 8, y to the power of 16. And even my x to the power of 8 will just stay x to the power of 8. But my -2, right? Yeah, what the heck? -2 times -2 times -2 times -2 is going to be a positive because there's 4 negatives. 4 is even, so the answer is a positive. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. Seems like we've seen that already. But that's a 16 in the denominator because it was negative 2 to the power 4 in the denominator. So it just stays. And that's it for that one. With all the flipping that goes on in this one, it can cause a lot of confusion. So however you break this up into smaller, more manageable parts, like that's what I tried to do right here with my X's and Y's. I hope that made sense. But however you keep track of it for yourself, that's crucial too. So the negative 2 has to be in parentheses. Let's explain that here real quick. I'll need a new